What's going on, everyone? Ains here, Seasoned Gaming, and we are back with another statue unboxing. However, as you can likely see, I am in a kind of a strange location, a weird setup this morning, not ideal. So I hope you can bear with me. We've had some kind of water damage in the house I've been dealing with for the past several weeks. Things are still not 100% back to normal yet. Had this Dark Souls statue sitting here for a while, and I figured, you know what? We'll just go ahead and do the video. It's not going to be perfect, but I want to get it out of the way and show people because this is still for sale today. Dark Souls, obviously a big franchise, and so wanted to get the video out there so I could give you the details. So, anyway, with that out of the way, we are going to be looking at a smaller statue today, but one that seems to be very, very cool from First Four Figures, who, if you haven't watched it, I did their Nameless King statue recently. One of the most impressive statues that I own. It just completely blew me away. So I've been very, very impressed with First Four Figures lately, and at least out of the gate, I'm already impressed with this because this is an amazing box. So this is the Dark Souls Siegward of Catarina statue. They made Sig Meyer from Dark Souls 1, and they made Siegward from Dark Souls 3. I went with Siegward from Dark Souls 3. I just adore Dark Souls 3. But this is the standard edition, or excuse me, this is the exclusive edition, I forgot. And it is number 283, like you can see here. The one annoying thing about this statue is that they did not say how many they're making, which I don't really like. They should always say the lot size ahead of time and then let you know how exclusive it's going to be or how rare it's going to be. They didn't do that here. But regardless, this one is not too bad. It retails for $259.99. The exclusive edition does. The regular is $249. So it's only $10 difference. And this one comes with the Zweihander and the Pierce Shield on the base, with Siegward sitting there with his arms crossed, as he tends to do. So on the side of the box, this beautiful box, it says, "To your valor, my sword, and our victory together. Long may the sun shine." So very cool box. Supposed to only sit about 8 or 9 inches tall, so it's gonna be a little smaller one. But let's go ahead and get into it. This will be obviously a lot shorter video than typical, I think. So we'll see here. All right, so this outer box is just the shell, if you will, for an inner box, which is looks like more of a standard box. As always, too, while I'm kind of going through this here, I'll take some close-up pictures, especially since the video quality is not going to be up to standard today, or the lighting maybe not as good. I'm going to take some high-res pictures that I'll put later on in the video. So if you want to see it kind of up to date, up close, man. So there you go. First Four Figures, Dark Souls, Siegward of Catarina, and to my surprise, it doesn't say it on the website, but it says here, total pieces produced 650. So, and this is number 283. So that's actually a pretty good lot size for something like this. But rather small box, as you expect. Like we said, this is not going to be a gigantic statue by any means, but let's go ahead and get into it. Got your usual plug-in here. Put that behind me here. As always, I like when they put a little picture on the foam. As always, with First Four Figures too, you get this, which is your kind of certificate of authenticity, really, but it's a little card that comes with it, so that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get this thing open. Okay, so it looks pretty straightforward, just a few pieces to put together as you would expect for a smaller piece like this. Mr. Onion Knight's body, his onionness. It's it's pretty good detail there. One thing I've really liked about the more recent First Four Figures is their paint shading. It's really, really good. It looks it looks kind of weathered and like it would in the game or in real life. Obviously, having in the battle, that is really neat. Pierce Shield, nice and detailed. The Zwei, I can't say it very well. I can't pull off the German V's for W's too well, but the Zweihander. It's actually in a sheath, which is cool. Or maybe, I don't know, it doesn't look sharp at the end, which is kind of strange. I'll have to look that up. But it is actually metal, so that's cool. I always like when the swords or anything else that come on these pieces are actually metal rather than just a little plastic piece. Right. This platform to sit on, as always, on the bottom of the statue, you get the details, the number that you got there. So, looks good. Nice detail on the stone. And of course, his head. Head is heavy. This is the heaviest piece out of all of them. With this gigantic onion head. That's great. I think I've, obviously, like many others, I've wanted kind of Onion Knight merch for a while, a long time. And Dark Souls merch has been kind of strange. There's been slowly, over the years, there's been more companies making it, but it originally was pretty rare. There wasn't a whole lot of things you could get for Dark Souls that weren't just kind of like small figures or mini things, which I'm not really into so much. So obviously I'm missing his arms here. Lastly, we have his arms. Perfect. So it looks like, oh, there you go. Okay, so this goes maybe here. Pierce shield. I believe I got to see a picture now. Well, that doesn't have it. That doesn't help me much, does it? Come on now. Let me check online here. Yeah, okay. I see why they did this. Okay. So the reason the sword was lined up kind of bent at the top was because it slots into the base like that, like so. And there you go, pretty quick and simple statue. So as you might have noticed while I was piecing it together, first four, as I complimented the Nameless King, which is actually back in that corner over there, everything fit together just perfectly. It slots in, goes in. There's no problems with fit, which is, should be expected of statues of kind of this cost and quality, but doesn't always happen, right? And we've had several videos where I've had trouble kind of piecing things together. But no problem at all. The quality on the paint, still superb. In fact, even, and I'll show this in the pictures more, but even if you look at the kind of the metal and the gold lining right here, the detail on it, and the shading difference between that and the rest of his armor, which looks really kind of, like I said, weathered is probably the best word, is pretty damn remarkable. It's kind of got on the top of his onionness here. It's got slashes and cuts and grooves and everything, where obviously he's, kind of taken some hits in battle. He's got his pouches and pockets and everything around the back. So really, really cool. I also think they did a good job with the gauntlets because, the gauntlets for this armor are really kind of big and round right around in the forearms there. So it's very cool. Cool little piece. Obviously there's not too much to say about this one. It's small, it's direct, but it's definitely awesome, and I'm very happy to finally have Siegward sitting here with me in kind of statue form. So I'll go ahead and get some detailed pictures, up close pictures for you here at the end. But otherwise, just want to say thank you as always for tuning in for Season Gaming. We've had a little bit of I won't say a drought, but between the water damage here and just some things in real life, we haven't been putting up as many videos as we normally do. But I'm hoping to get back to kind of proper cadence of that outside of Bitcast, of course, here in the next couple months. So just stay tuned. We do have more statues on the way. I also have the first 4 Elite Knight statue, which is essentially, your kind of core knight from Dark Souls coming, which is bigger than this one. So that's coming as well, along with Banjo-Kazooie and a couple others, I think, a Last of Us statue, etc. So we've got more things on the way that we'll get into. But as always, thank you for hanging out with us and hanging out with me with the statue. Stay tuned as always. Tune into Bitcast Sundays mornings if you want kind of all the latest on the gaming news. Otherwise, thanks as always, and we will see you next time. Peace.